Unions, as you've heard me say many times, built this country. Unions built the economy, the economic engine that has driven American manufacturing dynamism, and literally, in the case of the auto workers, you're the ones that did it. So I want to thank you again, UAW Region 1, for hosting me today. And it's great to see Senator Stabenow, my good friend Debbie Stabenow. Got a chance to spend a little time with the governor, but Senator Stabenow and I worked together on an awful lot of matters over the years in the United States Senate. She was a great partner to me when I was vice president. And we worked in lockstep to get the people of Michigan back on their feet. We were joined by one of the best and brightest and hardest working governors around, my friend Gretchen Whitmer. And if you're wondering what responsible, strong executive leadership looks like in COVID-19, just look at this executive right here. Governor, you've done an incredible job steering the people of Michigan through a turbulent time. Much of it is brought on by Donald Trump's lack of leadership. You've been rock solid, Governor. You've listened to the experts, and you've led with science. And you put the needs of the people who are hurting first, helping them get through this crisis. Meanwhile, on the day that we hit 190,000 dead in the United States because of COVID-19, we just learned from the Washington Post columnist Bob Woodward that the President of the United States has admitted on tape in February he knew about COVID-19 that had passed through the air. He knew how deadly it was. It was much more deadly than the flu. He knew and purposely played it down. Worse, he lied to the American people. He knowingly and willingly lied about the threat it posed to the country for months. He had the information. He knew how dangerous it was. And while this deadly disease ripped through our nation, he failed to do his job on purpose. It was a life and death betrayal of the American people. Experts say that if he had acted just 1 week sooner, 36,000 people would have been saved. If he acted 2 weeks sooner, back in March, 54,000 lives would have been spared in March and April alone. You know, his failure has not only cost lives, it sent our economy in a tailspin. It cost millions more in American livelihoods. This is a recession created by Donald Trump's negligence, and he is unfit for this job as a consequence of it. How many schools aren't open right now? How many kids are starting the new school year the same way they ended the last one, at home? How many parents feel abandoned and overwhelmed? How many frontline workers are exhausted and pushed to their limits? And how many families are missing loved ones at their dinner table tonight because of his failures? It's beyond despicable. It's a dereliction of duty. It's a disgrace. We're going to hear a lot more about this, I'm sure, not just from me, but from the news media and a lot of others. But I want to ask you one simple question. What's the value of a promise? What's it worth? What's the worth of a woman or man's word, of a president's word, if it's not matched with action? In 2016, then candidate Trump came here to warn just a few days before the election. Here's what he said. He said, if I'm elected, you won't lose one plant. You have plants coming into this country. You're going to have jobs again. You won't lose one plant. I promise you, I promise you. That's what he said. Donald Trump makes a lot of promises. He promised that he alone could stop the offshoring of jobs. He promised he'd bring back jobs, stop companies from leaving,